Pick your mans up.
Just because people used to come through shooting at us every day. And this block, words can't even explain. Can't even explain.
Yeah, man. Let's go Melly 05 Young Money. Young Money, man. They in the building.
600 boy, LA, man. LA Capone, man. Get it to him, man. OC2 boys, man.
Monzo number 9, man. Number 9, the shooter, you hear me?
Hey, Ricky Long, bitch! Yeah! Fuck is wrong with you, hey, I am Brick Squad! Brick Squad, boy! Fuck is you talking about, bro?
You have to be willing to die or go to jail for 100 years if that's the lane that you're stepping in. You have to understand that whether you 15, 16, you got to think like a man, you know what I'm saying?
So don't be in it. Oh, you're not? Why does everybody say you're only 16 years old?
They say what they want to say.
How old
How old are you?
300.
The story of 051 Melly, aka the Grave Digger. .051 Melly, or the Grave Digger as he later became known as, was born on November 19, 1991, on the south side of Chicago. Melly, whose real name was Yarmal Williams, grew up with his brother Wu and his sister Kenji, where Yarmal was the eldest of the siblings. Yarmal's big brother, Wu, is currently locked up for gun charges, but his parole date is set to be on the October 16, 2020. He will probably be out when this video has been released. Melly and Wu have the same mother, NGB, but have different fathers. Wu's father, Jerome Golden, is currently locked up for life for 4 murders and an armed robbery. Melly's dad was named Yamur Williams. Melly's stepdad, and Wu's father Jerome, who was also called Fido, was also the brother of G Slim from NLMB. So G Slim was their uncle, though not Yarmal's real uncle, but he was always there for all the siblings, which meant a lot to them, considering that Angie B, the siblings' mother, died of cancer when she was 40, and Fido, who was also like a father for Melly, got locked up in 1994, when Melly was only 3 years old, and Wu 6 months old. Melly grew up in the Randolph Towers, or the Met Buildings as it was also called, with his siblings, his mother and stepdad Jerome. The Randolph Towers on 6217 South Calumet Avenue was known as the Black Disciples headquarters, where his stepdad Fido was one of the big guys who ruled and set. After Jerome was locked up for the 4 murders and the armed robbery, the siblings moved with their mother to 59th and Calumet, which was 600's block. It was there he began to know and date Tay 600's sister Mina Red, that he was at home with several times, even when Tay 600 was there. When Melly started at DuSable High School, he met and became good friends with several Mickey Cobras who came from 50th to 51st from King to Cottage. For example, he became good friends with KTS Vaughn's cousin Ziku from 051 Young Money. After Ziku was killed in 2008 by Aki from THF 46, Melly started claiming Young Money. However, Melly, who was already a BD because of his stepfather, never switched to Mickey Cobra, even though most of 051's enemies were BDs. During his early teens, Melly moved around a lot on both the south and east sides of Chicago. For example, he lived for a long time with his grandmother Alicia, and his real father Yammer Williams. Later in life, when he became the highest priority for his enemies, he lived in several different places with various close friends he trusted. He had to move smart. For example, he lived with his uncle Jeffrey Campbell, aka Kurt Mack, from Mabu, who was shot to death in 2017 by Rome from THF 46, and OTF Twin from Lamron. He also lived a lot with his close friend Mabu Crump, who was shot to death outside a party in 2018 by Lil T, who who is a female, and Bezu from THF 46, and Lil Steve from Lamron. Melly was actually present when Crump was murdered, and was even grazed by a bullet to his head, which I told you about in the story of Get Back Gang. Melly had contacts and family all over Chicago. His family is full of heavy gang members. What many do not know is that Mubba Crump used to be close to both Bezu and Lil Durk back in 2012 and 2013, before Mubba and Lamron and THF 46 started beefing around 2014 and 2015. Crump and Bezu and other THF 46 members even used to slide together. This was when they were adults and not long before Bezu later smoked Crump. Because in most cases, members from the different sides around Chicago grew up together as young children, and went to the same school and were actually cool with each other, before they started beefing. This was no wonder. There are, for example, pictures of King Von and Lil Mark in a group photo from Hyde Park. However, this was when both Crump and Bezu were adults. Crump was also in Lil Durk's music video for This Ain't What You Want in 2013. There is also a rumor that both Bezu and Melly were sitting in the back seat of a car together when Crump was driving. However, I do not know if that is true. This is why Crump knew so much gossip from Lamron and THF 46. I'll talk about the fallout between Mabu and OTF in another video.
Fake shit going on. This ain't fake though. That motherfucker ain't fake, man.
That's how we ride.
That ain't fake, man.